And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your friend Sheep Ludes. I am in a jolly mood this afternoon. Dare I say, today in NBA 2K23 my team is like a W. Dare I say that? Don't worry. There's still some L's in the mix too, for sure, but I would say that today is like overall a W. Now, one L I must talk about. Yi. Look, Yi is awesome, straight up. But it is an L that if you didn't grind 15 hours worth of wins and then a bunch of challenges on top of that, you don't get the card. Like within a 2 week span, because it ends today, and like after today, you're not able to get Yi. It's possible that maybe they change it up a little bit in some capacity, which would be great. Maybe tomorrow it's just moved to a different location and you are able to get Yi in like a different way. That would be great. By the way, I know the pronunciation is E, but I very often still say E because like I've been ingrained saying that for 2 years. So just know that I know it's E, and it's just it's hard. That being said, E is fire. He is so good. I ran into a dude running E and Yao earlier, which was really toxic and super, super, super not fun. But other than that, super great card. My starting power forward, loving him. Is he necessarily better than like Bob Nedelicki? I don't know. Personal preference. I don't really care regardless. But if you have the ability to get E, highly recommend you do so. If not, it's a shame that you're not going to be able to get him just because you didn't spend your entire life on this game for 2 weeks. All right. We also got Moments Dame. I talked about that during stream. Cool, whatever. 250 tokens is fine. Let's see what our first hint for season 3, or season 4, part 2 is. Out of Orbit. So this is another 2 week event. I would assume that it's very likely that this 2 week event is probably going to end after 2 weeks, so just understand that. We have mode specific cards back in the game. Now, a lot of people are speculating on what this could mean, right? Is this something that like you're going to have to get through wheel spins? Is this something you're going to have to get through winning a certain amount of games? I don't know. So we got Kukoc, Domination or Unlimited. So I would assume it's very similar to the Lunar New Year event cards. You know what I mean? So like for Toni Kukoc, you can either get him by winning a certain number, let's just say 8 unlimited games, or winning 15 domination games. I'm going to AFK domination so hard. Ooh, semi-pro Damo against, like, I don't know, the Hornets. Just let my team run wild. Yep. Or you play, 8 unlimited wins. So that first day tomorrow is going to be a sweat fest. Then we got Baron Davis. It's probably going to be 30 triple threat offline games, or 15 triple threat online. It could be more, by the way, being that they're actual cards that we're grinding for as opposed to like event cards. For Baron Davis, cool. I mean, we'll look at Kukoc. Like, Kukoc looks all right. 6'10", 7'2" wingspan. He's going to be big. Like, the Kukoc release is okay. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with the card. I want to see the database tomorrow. Kukoc could be a really good budget, like, small forward. Like, he could be very like Larry Nance or Wang, like, in that regard, being like he's extremely good. I mean, 6'10" at the small forward straight sniper should be fine. Tendencies are pretty bad. Obviously the SIGs are bad, but I mean, it's Toni Kukoc. Like, what do you expect? His jump shot's okay though. He's going to be very interesting. I'm interested to see exactly what they're going to do with him. He's probably going to be trash defensively. That's going to be his draw. Then we got Baron Davis. Baron Davis is I mean, I guess finally, at least it's like a point guard that we can get, He's basically a Damian Lillard clone that plays slightly better defense. Like, that's kind of what we're getting. Like, Baron Davis is a better defensive Damian Lillard every single year. And that's exactly what we're going to get tomorrow. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has Dame released. He does. He has Dame released with Joe Ingles upper. So he's going to be a better version of the Dame that we just got today, which I don't think is like the worst thing in the world. Then we got Paul Pierce. I would assume it's probably the same. 15 clutch time online or 30 clutch time offline wins to get Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, his release isn't bad. It's different than Melo's. Usually it's like a Melo clone, but this time it's different. But dribble-wise, he was actually pretty good. I mean, he had Trae Young dribble style before a lot of cards had Trae Young dribble style, right? I mean, Jordan Poole and like Tim Hardaway had it, but like, Derrick Rose had it too, but everyone else didn't really have it like that. So Paul Pierce might be kind of like a sneaky demon at the shooting guard position. He might be decent. It just depends on what his release on quick looks like, which I don't know. But 6'7", 6'10" at the shooting guard is solid, dude. I always like Paul Pierce, too, because he's got this weird player build that I've always loved. And this is the same about real life, too. Is he's like the most athletic, non-athletic dude in the world. That's how I think I like Paul Pierce. Also, Paul Pierce is a G, bro. He got stabbed a bunch of times and then still came through and hooped that season. That is perfection. I wish he would have been around for the tournament. I would have probably used him for sure at that point. But that's cool. And then we got Willis Reed, triple threat online co-op or a 10-game win streak. Willis Reed is interesting. So we don't have any Willis Reeds this year. Last year we ended up getting a 99 overall towards the end of the year, and he had jump shot 22. So we had the same releases like Mitch Richmond, Mike Conley. Let's look at some of the older Willis Reeds though, because I want to know what his release was like earlier on. So I want to do base set Willis Reed. Let's kind of see what his release was there. Jump shot 22. So we had the same release, like I said, as like Mitch Richmond, Wiggins, Conley, Jimmy Butler, James Worthy, Thurl Bailey. Now, all those guys have different releases this year, so I really don't know what release they're going to give him. But Willis Reed might sneakily, yes, he's 6'9", so he's not going to be meta. He's not going to be as good as, like, Yee or anything like that. But, like, Willis Reed might sneaky be tight. Like, he might. And then we got Ray Allen. Ray Allen, I know people don't like Ray Allen this year. People think Ray Allen is trash. Like, the jump shot sucks and, like, all that. But I don't feel that way necessarily. Like, Ray Allen on quick was okay. People didn't like this release. I thought it was okay, but I think a lot of like the kind of disregard for it came from the fact that it's not as good as previous Ray Allen bases. But that being said, this Ray Allen could be a monster. Like, if they gas him up a little bit more defensively, like this card was already really good on its own. So barring the jump shot, which people didn't like, I personally think this card was solid. Regardless, he'll be better than Levine, I think, in my opinion, because he'll play better defense. So I just find it interesting. This year, it's like the better versions of cards have been like at worst points in their career. You know what I mean? Like, that's been kind of strange to me. Like, the best Ray Allen right now is Miami Heat Ray Allen. Like, it's not, this couldn't be Bucks Ray Allen. Like, what? Seattle Supersonics Ray Allen? No, it had to be Miami Heat Ray Allen? Okay. Now, some other interesting things to look at here. New Diamond Locker Code. So we're getting some new Diamond Locker Code cards, which is tight. I like that. New skill challenges, which, that's probably going to be very similar to what we've seen from the Lunar event. Like, in relation to, I think it was, who was the other guy? It was Fred VanVleet and Al Harrington. So that's probably what they mean. And then new Diamond Locker Codes, obviously like Jeremy Lin and like Ha and stuff. And then new Pink Diamond and Diamond Takeover players. Obviously, we've seen those already. New Evos, I'm assuming what that means is they're probably talking about the weekly Tuesday Evos. So it's not really as exciting as people like are led to believe. We're probably still getting super packs on Tuesday, which kind of sucks. So we're probably just getting more of those Evos. And then token market update. I know people are stoked for the token market update. I don't mean to dash people's hope, but it's possible this token market update is just very similar to the one that we got at the beginning of the season, with a bunch of random like base set and then like super outdated like amethysts and diamonds, maybe an outdated pink diamond in the mix. So it's better than nothing, though I would just say kind of temper your expectation. It's possible maybe we get like season 3 takeover cards. I'm trying to get Jarrett Wallace. That would be sick. The Out of Orbit base set drops tomorrow with 40 new cards in the first diamonds and base sets, which they'll probably show us, relatively shortly in the future. Cool, I guess. Basically, we're just going to get, a new version of this, except instead of diamonds, it's going to be PDs for the lock-in. And then I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say this lock-in is going to go, it's going to be an opal. Who it's going to be, I'm not sure, but if you want to get perspective with it, it may not be a terrible idea, maybe to like pick up a Jordan Poole or something. This one's $35K. I'm going to wing it, dude. I'm going to wing it. I'm going to take a shot on Jordan Poole. Is it a good idea? Probably not. But if the name's big enough, it's possible that maybe I make some MT. Worst case scenario, I lose some MT. It is what it is. Maybe just kind of pump fake, like OJ Mayo I'm going to chill on too. see if maybe he goes up in price. Like he's at like 30K right now. If the name's big enough, like it's possible maybe like he goes up in price. Jordan Poole for 35K, it may have been a bad move, but you know, it is what it is. I am excited for the game in general. I probably should have like showed you guys me picking up Jordan Poole, but I mean it's whatever at this point. It's fine. I forgot I was still on Twitter. Now, does this have any effect on the market? Yes, certainly. Like it definitely does, and we'll have more of an effect on the market later when they announce the actual cards that are coming out. But when it comes to the players that we're going to be grinding, I would assume, like I said, it's going to be this situation again. Like I don't think they're going to put them in the actual like modes themselves. The reason being is people are already like halfway through, if not finished with them, so it would be difficult for them to do that. So it's going to be agenda based kind of affair. So I would assume it's like this. Now there is still the possibility that you can get like Mel Daniels, Stephon Marbury, Fred VanVleet. These guys are all still available throughout the weekend, but it's like the Lunar New Year event thing ends in 20 hours. So you technically have time to do a lot of this stuff, but it's gonna be rough business for sure. I just spent 35K on a Jordan Poole, which was like not a good idea in my opinion. But I guess it's relative. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. There's only the one up though. I mean, I could put them up for 50. Maybe someone buys them. I don't know. In the worst case scenario, I'll lose a few thousand MT. But it's worth kind of looking at these. We'll know in just a few minutes actually, while I'm recording this, if the player is going to be cracked or not. That could raise the price quite a bit, but looks like it's out of this world. The theme itself is kind of interesting. I don't know who it's going to be, but I guess we'll find out. You know, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So, you know, we'll know relatively soon if it's a set that we should be getting excited for, or if it's some more BS that it doesn't really matter. Now, I wonder what else they're going to do. I'm assuming it's going to be daily cards, but I don't know. I think initially it probably isn't daily cards for the new event, just because we're getting 4 off the rip. So I would assume that maybe like they'll wait a few days to start dropping dailies in, but like who knows, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe they start dropping dailies relatively soon. I'm hoping it's similar to this event. I mean, I like this event altogether. I have some issues with the execution. Like I wish it wasn't just available for 2 weeks, because there's people who didn't get a chance to get these cards that would be probably benefiting from these cards. But I don't know, man. I know people come at me and they think that I'm just a hater on 2K for no reason. I just be hating for no reason whatsoever. But really, it's just they do stuff that I don't necessarily like. I don't know, man. As always, it's been your friend Cheap Ludes. This video has had no point, just like my life as a whole. Drop a like down below. Hey, man, I'll be back with more content later, so peace.